Today, we're going to be analysing some very interesting hypothetical situations. Now, regular viewers of the channel will know about the Gavel saga. So in videos like this, I used to use a gavel to decide whether I agree with something or disagree with something. And then I lost it and I was using a lint roller because I knew as soon as I bought a new gavel, the old one would appear again. Well, I bought a new gavel. And guess what I found like literally an hour after I ordered this on Amazon? So now I have two gavels. I don't want two gavels. Well, mate, it's just a waste. I hate having clutter. And I now have one of something that I don't really need. And it's really crap quality, the new one is. Like, it's really bad. Wow. This one's good. This is a good quality gavel. This is, sorry, I'm going on about my gavels a bit. But yeah, we're going to be taking a look at some hypothetical situations today. $200,000 a year, but you must live at the zoo. What, in like a cage, an enclosure? Or do you have a little house at the zoo and you can just go outside your front door and look at all the animals? Because that would be quite nice. A zoo exhibit is made an exact replica of a luxury apartment that you get to live in. The catch, one of the walls is glass. While the zoo is open, you have to do human stuff, watch TV, lounge on the couch, use the computer, use a smartphone. When the zoo closes the door and your cage opens and you are free to go where you want until zoo hours reach. Okay, so you're not trapped there. You can go where you want after work. So this is basically a job, right? Food, entertainment, medical, dental care, booze, and 10 milligram edibles are provided. It's very specific thing. You are allowed visitors. There is a 5-year commitment. The 200K adjust for inflation. I'm going to very confidently say no. I don't want people just looking and stare. I mean, that is basically my job. I am just looked at and stared at. But I don't want to see that. I don't want to see that. I don't want to live at the zoo for 200 grand a year. No. You have to do it for 5 years. Sadly, you have died. Happily, an emissary for the after. I don't know what an emissary is, but what is an emissary? Let's look that up. A person sent as a diplomatic representative on a special mission. Okay, that's what that word means. An emissary from the afterlife offers you a choice of 3 reincarnations. Which one do you choose? Oh, I love this. I love this. 1, you will be born into a wealthy American 2-parent home. However, you will have non-verbal extreme autism and be unable to function independently, even to the extent of basic personal hygiene. I thought these would be fun. I thought it would be like, oh, would you rather be born as like, I don't know, a golden retriever in a middle-class American family or a billionaire? Which one would you want to be reincarnated as? No, this is these sound like they're going to be pretty rough. 2, you'll be born into a developing nation as a person of color from the lowest level of your society, i.e. living as a homeless urchin in a favela or a shanty town. Your family will be penniless and you yourself will be small and weak, but you will be a genius. 3, you will be born into one of the uncontacted tribes of Sentinel Island, where you will live a primitive lifestyle similar to our earliest ancestors. Ooh, okay, this is tough. Your present consciousness will have no effect on the life outcome of your next reincarnation, but it will be eternally present, trapped in the situation as a powerless passenger in the reincarnated body. Oh, okay, this is interesting. This is very interesting. Now, I think it's fair to say none of these lives are ideal. This is a really tough one, you know. Okay, so the Sentinel Island one. I don't know what is the average life expectancy on like North Sentinel Island, because I can't imagine they have great healthcare there. Hang on, what? Okay, right, wait, what is this, Google? Estimates suggest that life expectancy falls between 50 and 200 years. I don't think they're living for 200 years, Google. That's bullshit. What the fuck? Where the fuck have they got this from? Google AI, you need to sort it out. I don't think this is correct. 200 years? Yeah, I don't think that's happening. That fucking Brian Johnson guy better get on his way to North Sentinel Island in that case. I don't even think it's 50. I'd be very surprised if the life expectancy on North Sentinel Island was as high as 50. I'd probably guess it'd be somewhere like 30 or 40. But then with number 2, you're kind of, so you're a genius, right? You would be able to, there is a possibility that you would be able to kind of work your way out of this situation, but would you even be able to reach adulthood in this part of the world living in the worst poverty? With number 1, like, your safety is pretty much near guaranteed. Like, you will live like a pretty decently long life, but it's just you won't really be able to function as well as the other 2. And it's, I don't know, this is a really, really hard question. Fuck it, North Sentinel Island. We're going North Sentinel Island. Where's my gavel? North Sentinel Island. A wizard presents you 4 rings. You can only have 1. These rings will only work on yourself, and you can't try and steal other rings. If you do, they'll self-destruct. You can't use the time one to go back and select another ring. Okay, ring 1 has a heart on it. When worn with the heart facing out, it absorbs the health of any living creature around you within 50 feet, 15 meters. When worn with the heart facing inwards, you absorb the health healing you of any injury, old and or new, both physical and mental. Okay, so what? Like, you can, I don't don't really understand what this one means. You can absorb the health of any living creature. By absorb, I'm guessing you mean take the health out of someone else and put it into you. I don't know if that sounds cruel. That sounds mean. I don't know if I'll be able to take someone's health away. That's really horrible. Ring 2 has a clock on it. By twisting the ring to the right, you move ahead to the future by 6 months. By twisting it to the left, you move back into the past by 6 months. You can go as far into the future or into the past as you want, but only within your own timeline. So if you do things in the past, will that affect the future? That is the big question. I'm going to assume yes. Ring 3 has a friendly face on it. When worn, everyone within 50 feet, 50 meters will take an instant liking to you and will be your friend. You can give them orders and they will do it, even when out of the ring's field of influence. When the order is done, they'll wonder why they did, but accept it as though it was their idea. Ring 4 has a brain on it. This will let you learn any skill that you are exposed to, whether by reading it in a book or watching it being done. Oh, okay. I'm definitely not picking number 1, because if you, by the word absorb, you are taking someone else's health. Ring 2, that's a fun idea. You know, you can jump ahead into this. That's pretty good. I quite like Ring 2. Ring 3, it's fine, but you will live your life feeling as though everything is fraudulent. Ring 4, it sounds fun, but I think I'm going to have to go with Ring 2. You are offered $1 million if you could consume 1 million calories of food within 1 year. If my maths is correct, that's just over 8,000 calories a day. Let's bring up the old calculator. So 1 million divided by 365. Is that it? Really? That's so easy. I do that anyway. Okay. I mean, yeah, I could do I can do that. Piece of cake. 2,700 calories. Unlike adult males supposed to eat 2,500 calories. That's slightly over. I might put on a little bit of weight, but fuck it, for $1 million, that's well worth eating 2,700 calories. Are you joking? I thought it'd be way more than that. My maths is so off. A magical entity offers you $1 million if you can consume 1 million calories in the subsequent 365 days since accepting the challenge. You must accept or reject the challenge within 1 hour of the offer. I'm accepting it, yeah. I'm fully accepting that. The entity is all-knowing and knows exactly how many calories you consume. It is not possible to lie to the entity. Okay, so you have no way of knowing exactly how many calories you have consumed other than rough estimates. But you can ask the entity up to 3 times during the year for an exact count. At the conclusion of the 365 days, the entity reveals how many calories you've consumed. Oh, wait, okay, for every calorie over the 1 million, you'll be given an additional... Oh, mate, I would be so fat. I would be so fat by the end of the year. I thought it'd be like it'd have to be exactly 1 million or you get a $10 fine for every calorie over. Oh my god, for every calorie under the 1 million, you will get 10 years perpetual drowning. I think I'll be fine with this one. That's a very harsh punishment though. For every every 1 calorie. Okay, yeah, no, I'd take it because like that's easy. That's so easy. I would just overeat. I probably wouldn't feel great if I was eating like 3,000 calories a day for a year, but I mean, it'd probably be worth it. Yeah, I'm taking that. 1 billion, but nobody can remember you. You are offered $1 billion US. If you accept the money from that moment on, nobody other than yourself will be able to remember you or have memory that you exist. You are still able to interact with people. However, if they look away from you for 5 or more seconds or leave the room, they completely forget everything about. Okay, so it's not just like a single mind wipe. It's like you basically don't exist to them when they're not directly looking at you. They completely forget everything about you and have no memory of your existence. You do not show up in pictures, recorded videos, or like. I mean, that wouldn't be very good for me. Not that I'm not, you know, if I had $1 billion, would I probably would still be doing this because I wouldn't really have much else to do. You know, doing this as a job wouldn't really be a concern if I had $1 billion. You do not show up in pictures, recorded video, or live video feeds. Only artistic renderings of you created by other people will serve as physical evidence that you exist. Is that really physical evidence though? You can't. I could paint a person that doesn't exist. Your money is held in an anonymous account. You have access to your money wherever you go. Do you accept? No. That sounds miserable. That sounds absolutely fucking miserable. Yeah, someone commented, this would be fun for a few weeks. I could steal quite a bit. I could fuck with sporting events. I could control elections. I could make every conspiracy theorist dream come true. But it would be a lonely existence. It would be impossible to make any meaningful connections. It's like being a god. No one else can relate to you. You're powerful but miserable from loneliness. So I would have to pass since I can't undo it after a few weeks. Yeah, Yeah. No, I would not do that. Oh, this is a good one. $2,000 a day if no one notices your missing shadow. What's your number? Your shadow disappears, no other changes, but if anyone outside your immediate... okay, so it's not... if your mum recognizes that you don't have a shadow, your number still keeps ticking on. But if anyone outside your immediate family ever says something akin to you missing your shadows to you, example, where's your shadow, or that's weird, you die in... oh, okay. You now must decide right now how many days you'll go for. Can't change your mind once the duration is set. Each day you survive earns you $2,000. Once you stop, your shadow returns and you're safe forever. Oh, you'll be paid at the end of each month for the total amount you've earned that month. How long do you lost? Well, I live in England where it's very fucking cloudy. Can I do this in the winter? Can I do it in the winter where, like, you wouldn't be able to notice someone's shadow anyway? Because if I could do it in the winter, I'd probably... is it worth it though? It's like, well, let's get out the old calculator again. So let's say, like, in the, I don't know, let's say 4 months of winter. So I don't know exactly how many days that is. Let's say 120 days times 2,000. Is the prospect of 240 grand, like, is that attractive enough for the prospect of fucking dying? I don't think so, because someone might point it out. I'll tell you what, I'll take 4 grand. Actually, no, how long can I... it's basically a question of how long can I stay inside in isolation for without, like, being horribly miserable, or, you know, I don't know. I'll take 20 grand, 10 days in isolation, 20 grand. After that, I don't know. It's just like, it's just not worth the risk, I don't think. So yeah, I'll say 20 grand. I like going outside. That's worth a lot of money to me, being able to go outside and feel the sun on my skin. Oh, you're offered a deal, $10 million right now, but upon your death, you are sent back to your birth as aware of everything that happened in your life as you are now, and the process repeats, putting you in a lifelong Groundhog Day situation. Okay, so, like, I can change what happens through my actions? Or is it like I'm a passenger in my own brain type deal? Because I'm interpreting this as, like, you know how, like, Groundhog Day, he changes the day, right? I'm perceiving it like that. So I will essentially be living different lives every time. You only get the $10 million now in this life. This offer never comes up again. Your memory is as fallible. What does that mean? What does fallible mean? I'm not a very literate person. Fallible, capable of making mistakes or being wrong. Oh, okay. Your memory is as fallible as it is now. If you don't know which stocks were rising when or what flights the 9/11 attackers took now, unless you make an effort to remember, you won't in your next life either. Oh, okay. So I can't I don't know, buy Bitcoin. I can't do that. Everything that happens the same, barring your own actually, hang on. So it says you make an effort to remember. So, like, say, I don't know, because I remember at school someone bought up Bitcoin to me when it was like, I don't know, like 20-30 pounds or something. I did, but I was like, I wonder how high that can go. I was so if I really thought, oh, how high is that going to go? I was like, I would know. Everything that happens the same, barring your own interference. If you manage to change things, the world will react accordingly for that life cycle. Take the deal. Yeah. Yeah, I'd take that. 100%. I'd take it without the $10 million. For $1 million, could you eat $1,000 worth of McDonald's in 36 hours? No. That's just... I don't think that's humanly possible, except for, like, you know, those, like, eating food channels, like, what's his name? Don't know his name, but, like, the skinny bloke who just fucking eats loads of food. He'd probably be able to do this. I can't. A McDonald's burger is... let's say a McDonald's burger is $5. That's 200 McDonald's burgers. I couldn't do... like, I just physically would not be able to do that. Challenge is simple. You have to consume $1,000 worth of McDonald's food or drink. Actually, no, I can't. What am I talking about? Like, a McDonald's drink is like, what, $2? How am I going to drink that much Coke, excluding bottled water, in 36 hours? I haven't done the math. Looking for the highest cost / calorie, but I am assuming you would need to consume at least 50,000 calories to complete the challenge. Is that humanly... you will fucking die if you eat 50,000 calories in a day. Where does that food even go? Like, it's a mountain. Like, $1,000 worth of McDonald's is probably like fucking like a huge mountain. Where is that going to go? I'm fairly confident that mukbang guy has done it in one sitting. I mean, possibly. My take, I would want a sleeping break. I'll do a 12-hour session, take a 6-hour nap, followed by an 18-hour grind. That means I need to eat about 1,700 calories per hour. And I'm like, Jesus, yikes, gonna need to combo some liquid calories in there for sure. Personally, I doubt I could complete. No, you couldn't fucking complete that. Absolutely not. It's just not possible. How long would you last if given $1 free every day, increasing the amount by $1 each day? You are given $1 free in cash one day. The next day is $2, then $3, and so on. It's tax-free, all yours, and never gets stolen. But you will only continue receiving the money each day if you spend all the money you received the previous day. Ooh. You can obviously spend more than you receive each day, but by midnight each night, all the cash you received each day needs to be gone to continue getting more. There is no limits as to what you can buy as long as they take the cash, of course, but you can't save any, invest it, or give it away, not even to charity. Oh, if I had a bit left over, like a few dollars left left over, I could just give it to charity, and then that'll... No, but you can't. You gotta buy shit with it. Additionally, nothing you buy can be resold. If you're unable to spend it, or whatever is left will disappear, and you will no longer receive any free money. How long do you think you'd last? I think I could go my whole life, honestly. Like, when you boil it down, we don't really live that many days in our whole life. Let's bring out the old calculator again. Let's say you live to 80. 80 times 365. I know there's leap years and all that, but like, this is just a rough estimate. You live 29,000 days. I could spend £29,000 a day, or $29,000 or whatever a day, until the day I died if I really tried. Probably just gave a load of you a bit of an existential crisis there, but yeah, like, we only live for about just like 30,000 days. So you got, make the most of it. Sorry. Probably just fucking... Sorry to give a load of you an existential crisis. Yeah, I'd do that, easy. You are given a box that will produce $1 million in cash, but you have to push a button that will randomly kill someone in prison/jail. There is no limit to how many times you can do this, and you cannot pick or influence who dies. 1. Money is tax-free and no one will raise questions about where you're getting it from. 2. Persons to die must currently be in the prison system or detained in a holding cell by law enforcement. 3. The person who dies suddenly falls unconscious and dies instantly and peacefully. Assume there will be no evidence to trace this back to you. 4. Anyone in the prison system is eligible to die no matter if they're awaiting trial, bail, serving sentences, or on death row. 5. Assume all prisons in the world are eligible. Would you use the box, and how many times do you think you'd do it if you did? P.S. I'm sure someone has already made this. I think they have. It's not this exact concept, I don't think, but I'm sure there's a similar movie to this. Oh, okay, right. $1 million. I'd be fucking button spamming. I don't know. This is like one of those big moral questions, because you could do a lot of good with $1 million, but then again, a lot of people are in prison for things that like aren't really that bad, and like genuine mistakes, and like a lot, again, it says like people who are awaiting trial, like these people, a lot of these people are innocent, you know, but majority of them are bad, and I don't believe in the death penalty. Okay, well, how many times I pray? This is a hard one, especially to do in public in front of a load of people judging me for the action I'm about to take. I would press that. I don't know if I could. I don't know if I could be linked to someone's death. I feel as though like that would just live with me. I don't want to be like one of these holier than thou YouTubers that's like, oh, you know, I would never do something like that. Oh, would I? Oh, I don't know. I wouldn't do this. I'm a great YouTuber, guys. I would never do anything like this. I'm a moral beacon. Please subscribe to me. You'll get handcuffed to the literal concept of annoying that has taken human form. Every day you spend cuffed to this being, you get $50,000. This being will not harm you in any way, and you cannot permanently harm it because it can regenerate. You can't kill it. I wouldn't want to kill it anyway. That's mean. I'm a great guy. I'm such a good guy. I would never cause harm to the really annoying person. All it does is talk about random things, yell, scream, sing songs, start pointless conversations, and bring up squared circle hypotheticals in random conversations among other irritating behaviors. Every day, okay, so I'm guessing you have to go to the toilet with them, you have to shower with them, you have to sleep in the same bed with them if you're cuffed to them all the time. And are they a real person? Or are they like kind of like a, I don't know, like a spirit? Like as soon as this challenge ends, they'll just fucking vanish. Like they're not a real thing. Every day you spend cuffed to this human looking, oh, it's an entity. Okay, good. So it's basically like an AI, I'm guessing. You will receive $50,000. It never gets tired, it doesn't need food or water, and it never shuts up. Or what, even when you're sleeping. It won't fight back though, and there's nothing you can do to permanently stop it from being annoying. This entity will have a random normal human appearance. It could look like either a man or a woman with randomized features, but will always appear as a regular human being. It will only try to verbally annoy you. If you are deaf/hard of hearing, you can hear perfectly now. Okay, I'm glad you clarified. I mean, I'm not really like hard of hearing, but I'm glad you clarified that. Or, because if I was deaf, you know, like if I just wanted to be deaf for a bit, like I just fucking like shove shit in my ears, like just so I can't hear. But I'm guessing you wouldn't be able to do that. Or because you're basically not going to be able to sleep, are you? And that's fucked. I could probably do this for about 3 days without going insane from lack of sleep. So I'll do 3 days. You can either get a one-time $5 million lump sum payment or be able to pay everything you buy in 1960 prices for 5 years. Which do you pick? So gas for you is 31 cents per gallon. A new car is $3,000, etc. And all the new products are like they would be today. You just get them for 1960s prices. Okay, so like a computer would be priced like how it would be in the 90s. I mean, there's no 1960s. I mean, they did have computers, but like home computers. Like if I wanted to buy a, I don't know, a MacBook, it would be proportionally priced to how it was in 1960. Okay. However, if you pick 1960s prices, the rule is you can't buy things with the sole intention of reselling them in today's prices for a profit. No buying 25 homes a day for 3k each and then selling them the next day for 500k each. You can own or buy the homes for yourself, family, friends, vacation homes, beach homes, etc. Same for houses for 3 grand. Fucking hell. Same for cars. If you are a car guy and want to own a lot, that's fine. But no buying just to be reselling. The goal is to live your life, not become an arbitrage salesman. I would take the $5 million because I think I would end up better. Actually, would I? Would I? Because if houses in the 1960s, but then you can't resell it for profit, but then you have houses. And that's kind of what that's like the only thing I'd really want. Like, I don't really use money for much else. Like, I'd like a car. You know, I'm learning to drive. I want a car. But I don't really care about having anything that fancy. But I mean, you'd probably be able to buy a mansion. I mean, judging by these prices, you'd probably be able to buy a fucking mega mansion for about 20 grand. Or actually, you know what? I'll take the 1960s prices. I won't resell the houses or anything. I think that's sick though. But then after that, if you've got a big mega mansion, you have to pay for maintenance and shit on it after the 5 years. And that's going to be a lot of money. But then again, you can't get that with $5 million. I'll just live humbly, I guess. Yeah, I'll take 1960s prices. Right, well, I'm going to leave it there for this video. Feel free to answer any of these hypotheticals that I read out in this video in the comments. It'd be class to hear how you'd answer some of these. But yeah, like and subscribe, please.